Pleomorphic adenoma. Pleomorphic adenoma is a common benign salivary gland neoplasm characterized by neoplastic proliferation of parenchymatous glandular cells along with myoepithelial components having a malignant potential. It is the most common type of salivary gland tumor and the most common tumor of the parotid gland. Epidemiology. Pleomorphic adenomas account for 70 to 80% of benign salivary gland tumors and are especially common in the parotid gland. Patients are typically in their middle age, and prior head and neck irradiation is a risk factor for the development of these tumors. Clinically, they present with a smooth, painless, enlarging mass. Distribution. Distribution among the salivary gland tumors is as follows. In parotid glands, pleomorphic adenomas account for 84%. It is commoner in the superficial lobe, and submandibular gland is 8%. The minor salivary glands account for 6.5%. It is widely distributed, including the nasal cavity, pharynx, larynx, and trachea. In the sublingual glands, it is just 0.5%. Although they are less commonly seen in salivary glands other than the parotid, even then they remain the most common benign tumor in those locations. Pleomorphic adenomas are also commonly found in the lacrimal glands, where they account for approximately 50% of lacrimal gland tumors. Pathology. Now, as the name suggests, pleomorphic adenomas are composed of a mixture of variable histology. They contain both epithelial and myoepithelial tissues with varied histology. They appear encapsulated and well circumscribed. However, the pseudocapsule is delicate and incomplete with microscopic extensions reaching beyond it, accounting for the high risk of recurrence when these tumors are enucleated. Three histologic subtypes have been described. They are myxoid, which is a hypocellular variety wherein it is most common and has the highest rate of recurrence, the cellular type, and the classic variety. The three histologic subtypes are myxoid, cellular, classic. Treatment and prognosis. Surgical excision is curative. However, as the tumor is poorly encapsulated, despite imaging suggestive of otherwise, there is a significant rate of recurrence in the tumor bed. The exact rates of recurrence vary widely depending on series and surgical technique. That is, it ranges from 1 to 50%. Historically, these tumors were removed by enucleation, resulting in a recurrence rate of 20 to 45%. To minimize this recurrence, no open surgical biopsy should be performed. Rather, a partial or superficial or total parotidectomy ensures a wide margin. The facial nerve should be spared, and using this approach, a recurrence rate has been reduced to nearly 1 to 4%. Percutaneous ultrasound biopsy, both FNAC and core biopsy, can be performed safely and is associated with very low tumor seeding rates and without facial nerve injury, provided meticulous technique is used. When in the minor salivary glands, a 5 mm margin should be obtained. These tumors do not invade into periosteum, thus bone need not be resected. However, when tumor bed recurrences occur, they can be extremely difficult to control, with management options including monitoring only, surgery, or radiotherapy. Complications. There is a small risk of malignant transformation into a carcinoma X pleomorphic adenoma, and this is proportional to the time the lesion is in situ. That is 1.5% in the first 5 years, 9.5% after 15 years, and thus excision is recommended in essentially all cases. Additional risk factors for malignancy include advanced age, large size, radiation therapy, and recurrent tumors. In addition to carcinoma X pleomorphic adenoma, true malignant mixed tumors of the salivary glands usually arise from pre-existing pleomorphic adenomas. Metastasizing pleomorphic adenoma is the third type of malignant mixed tumor of salivary glands and is the rarest. It presents with metastasis to lung, bone, soft tissues despite having a benign histology. Pleomorphic adenoma. Differential diagnosis. When in the parotid gland, one must consider Warthin's tumor, mucoepidermoid carcinoma, myoepithelioma, adenoid cystic carcinoma, parotid nodal metastasis, parotid non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and intraparotid facial nerve schwannoma. The various differential diagnoses to be considered when pleomorphic adenoma manifests in the parotid gland.